This is Ryan Elliott for Boxing Social here at the 5 Pound Jumeirah in Dubai, the night after the inaugural Badou Jack promotion show. Badou, how are you feeling today?
I'm good. I'm very happy, for a sold out, great event. I'm just happy, a little tired, but I'm good.
I was just about to ask you about the event itself. We saw a sellout crowd, good atmosphere. You must be thinking positive signs to come as far as Badou Jack Promotions is concerned.
Absolutely, we didn't know how the boxing scene, was out here. So I mean, it's the first, I think it's second boxing show in Dubai. So yeah, it was sold out. It was some great fights, entertaining fights. We actually had some kickboxing fights too, and we had only got like positive vibes from this show.
You're a busy man. We know you do a lot of charity work. You've obviously got your own boxing career, but we'll come on to all that. All I want to know is this region where you want to base yourself for future shows? Do you think you can build something special here?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's not huge here, so we gotta build it. And I actually made it my home here, so I'm gonna go back and forth to the U.S. when I fight and do training camp for my own career. But no, I really like it out here, and I think it got the potential of being maybe the Las Vegas of the Middle East.
Headlining last night's show, someone you know very well, cruiserweight prospect Viddal Riley. He got a very good reception last night. There's a lot of celebrities in attendance to bear witness to his victory. What do you think of his performance last night? First time he's gone the distance. Yeah,
he fought a very tough guy. The guy made his pro debut, but he actually got like 10 fights. That's not on BoxRec. So it was a tough opponent. They changed the opponent the day of the weigh-in. So the guy who was supposed to fight Mo Ali, he got injured. So he actually, in my opinion, he probably got a tougher fight than he would have with the other guy.
Of course, his opponent last night could certainly take a shot. He really came to win the fight. He wasn't in there to survive by any means, but it's probably something you've dealt with in your career. Do you think having an opponent on late notice, having to adapt to a different style, is something that will benefit Viddal as he continues his journey?
Definitely. He's a young guy. He's just a kid. He's 21 years old. So he's a young guy. He got a bright future. To fight guys like that in his third fight, you're gonna learn a lot from that. Just knocking somebody out in the first round, first punch, you're not gonna learn, so much. But fighting a guy like that, very strong African, strong warrior, he's gonna learn a lot from this fight.
Just talk to me about how you came across Viddal Riley. He was a very unknown quantity, I think it's fair to say. Obviously a very skilled amateur, but relatively unknown until quite recently. I believe when he was in the Mayweather gym, he actually asked to spar with you whilst on a visit there. I don't think that happened, but am I right in saying he caught the eye sparring others within the setup?
Yeah, so KSI, the famous YouTuber, he trains him. So he was in the gym. I didn't even know who KSI was. So they said I was preparing for Adonis Stevenson in training camp. So it's just a YouTube guy that comes in, just gonna spar a little bit of him or whatever. So I said, yeah, why not? And then we were gonna go right back to work for my fight preparations. But we took 10-15 minutes out on training just to mess around. And then he wanted to spar. We said, you can't just come to spar. We got a schedule and everything. So we gave him some work though. Another guy, and we was impressed with him. And my business manager Amr Abdullah here, he actually signed him and put him under and brought him to his home actually, and we got to know the kid. He's a very good kid. He's part of the family now.
You mentioned he's only 21, very successful amateur. I believe he's already fought at what was a stunning venue last night, the MGM Grand. He's fought in Mexico. Are you just trying to slow things down a bit now and maybe let him take his time and develop rather than pushing him on quickly?
No, he definitely can take his time. I mean, when I turned pro when I was 26. He's only 21. He already got 3 fights, and I think he got a bright future. He just got to stay focused. Train hard, stay away from bad people. Just do what he got to do. He's going to be a world champion, 100%.
Now let's talk a bit about the Badou Jack Foundation. I know you spent a lot of time in the Middle East and elsewhere since your last fight. Could you just talk to us a bit about the work you've been doing since that last outing?
Right, so we started in Jordan actually. We got a Palestinian refugee camp, also a Syrian refugee camp that we help out with, especially kids. And I got an education center in Jordan for the Palestinian refugee camp, helping them so they can get the right, education. Also, my nutritional company, Ripper Nutrition, is going to provide all these kids with a meal replacement shake. They got all the vitamins and minerals and whatever you need, So when we sell a bar from my company in the U.S., every bar that's being sold, you feed a kid, refugee child.
That's fantastic. You're a guy that's been in big fights over the years, big money shows. How glad are you and grateful are you that you can actually give back to so many people?
I mean, that's my duty to help the poor or help especially kids. I got kids in my home, so I mean, innocent kids that don't have no parents, they come from the war or whatever. So yeah, anything I can do, I would love to help.
Obviously, you'll be wanting to fight on for some time yet. There's no talk of retirement. But when that time does come, is it important for you to know you've got all these ventures going on? You will still be an incredibly busy man, whether it's through the promotions, through the charity work.
Definitely. I mean, you can't fight forever. Boxing is a young man's sport. I still feel like I'm young. I started boxing when I was 18. I'm 35 now. I'm going to be 36, so I got a few years left. But boxing is a young man's sport, but I still feel fresh. It's just that in my last fight, I got headbutted, and I was a little flat in the fight, regardless of the headbutt. But no, I feel good. I wanna get back in there soon.
I was going to ask you about the Marcus Browne fight because, like you say, you did appear a bit flat early doors, and then obviously that was a horror injury to carry on with. Have you had time to look back and reflect on your performance up until perhaps that major turning point?
Yeah, I mean, we knew he was some call of a front runner. Like he's going to be strong in the first couple of rounds, and I'm a little bit of a slow starter. I know how to break you down and take my time. So we know that in the beginning he's going to come hard, but I mean, I was flat regardless of being headbutted or not. I was flat. But yeah, he was a better man that night. I'm not supposed to lose to a guy like that, but it happens, and just gotta stay strong and move on.
Talk to me about that injury, because I think for just a man on the street or your average Joe boxing fan, it's hard to comprehend how on earth you keep fighting with an injury like that. What was going through your mind at the time? Were you just only concerned with staying in and still trying to win the fight?
Yeah, of course. I mean, at first I thought the doctor was gonna stop it right away. That's what I thought, but he didn't, and I said I want to keep fighting. I'm never gonna stop. I mean, I'm a fighter. If you don't want to continue, you're not a real fighter. So yeah, that's in my heart. I'm gonna continue till I can't continue, and I could, but it was hard to see. But yeah, I knew I was gonna break him down. He started to get tired when it happened, and then he had a second win because I couldn't see, and I was all bloody and messy. But it's part of the game. You can't play boxing, so I mean, it's not a game.
As you mentioned, you're the type of fighter you'll never stop of your own accord.
Yeah.
In hindsight, do you think maybe the referee or the doctor should have taken a look and maybe stopped you fighting on, or are you content with the fact you're able to go the full distance?
I mean, that's up to the doctor. I mean, I wanted to continue. And yeah, the cut was pretty messed up. It healed pretty well now, but they would have went to the scorecards, and I was on, like, he was ahead, so he would have won anyway. But yeah, that's in history. It was God's plan, whatever happened. So now I'm here and I'm good.
There's plenty of fights out there at 175 and in other divisions if you decide to go up or down. Is that rematch something that's still in the back of your mind though?
Yeah, I would. Of course, I want to avenge my loss. Of course. But if I can't get that, I'm ready to fight anyone else.
Let's talk future fights.
Yeah.
I know we got Ramadan coming up, but is Do you want to be out before the end of the year? How many times would you like to fight next year as well?
I'm not sure. I'll take one fight at a time, but yeah, I would love to be back possibly maybe in September or October or August. I'll be ready. After Ramadan, I'll be ready.
Is there a particular plan in mind for you? Do you want to stay light heavy? Do you maybe want to venture up? Is there anyone you're looking at or any belt you're looking at and thinking that's perhaps the route I'd like to go down?
No, I don't think about it like that. I mean, it's a business, so whoever is on your side of networks and boxing politics, it's probably easier to fight. But I mean, not easier to fight, easier to make that fight happen. But no, I'll fight anyone. I fought 7 world title fights back to back now, so I'll fight anyone. I move up in weight, move down. I can definitely not, but yeah.
Your old foe, Froch-Groves, has been in the boxing headlines this week. Carl the Cobra Froch said he'd be open to a return at 175 pounds to fight Froch-Groves. Both men are currently retired. George hasn't been retired for long. I think Carl's been retired for about 5 years. Do you read too much into that, or do you think that's just talk?
No, that's the first time I heard it. Yeah, I mean, they sold out Wembley Arena, right? They might be able to do it again. Who knows? But it might just be talk. Who knows?
Yeah, like I say, it's been a long time since Carl Froch was in the ring. I think he's 41-year-old now. I know it's something that enters a lot of fighters' minds, whether he's joking or not. You know, if they have a bit of time out, the desire comes back and they think, I just want to give it one last go.
Yeah.
Are you a guy, when you walk away, you think you'll just stay away, content?
I mean, everybody say that. It's hard. If you're a fighter, that's lifestyle that you have, like, you don't want to, you always look at the fights and say, man, I could beat that guy. But you forget that, yeah, we could beat him when he was young. So, I mean, I think it's hard to retire. It's a process. So yeah, I mean, who knows?
Like you mentioned earlier, you feel like you've got a lot left. You didn't start your pro career until you're 26. You didn't start boxing until you're 18. You still feel fresh enough to keep going. What is it that motivates you at this stage of your career? You've had the big money fights. You've been involved in so many world title fights. Is it just about legacy now? What is it for you?
I mean, yeah, legacy, of course. And of course, I want to make more money, and I feel like I still feel young. I still feel I can do it. So it was only my last fight that was a bad fight, but some stuff happened, you know, after the weigh-in and stuff. So, but I don't want to talk about it. But yeah, no, I still feel good. That was one of my best training camps that I had, actually.
Let's talk about a couple of the fights, one that's being discussed, and then we'll go on to one that's happening this weekend. But firstly, Sergey Kovalev, light heavyweight champion of the world. Talks ongoing between him and Anthony Yarde. That fight is supposedly going to happen. Your thoughts on that fight? Do you think it's too soon for Anthony? Have you seen much of him?
I haven't seen much of him, but he's been in my boxing gym a couple of years ago, and you know, when he was, I don't even know if he was pro then, but no, he's a nice, good kid, and I wish him nothing but the best. If he's ready for Kovalev or not, we just have to wait and see how much Kovalev got left. But Kovalev looked pretty good in his last fight, so you never know, but we'll see.
Like a lot of people would say that Yarde hasn't had perhaps the correct tests or the step-ups to be ready for someone like Kovalev, but do you think if the fighter knows he's ready and the team knows they're ready, there's no reason not to just pull the trigger and step into a big fight like that?
Yeah, I mean, if he got a good team behind him and they really believe in him, why not? Why not? It's not easy to get world title fights and big opportunities like that, so you got to take him. But yeah, that's why but if it don't work, if he's not ready, then it's going to be a problem, because that's why some people, they get matched so, you know, easy, so many easy fights, and then when they finally step up, it's tough, you know. So you gotta. I fought tough fighters all the way from when I was like 10-0. So yeah, you learn a lot from that. And if you've never been 12 rounds, you've never been, you know, in a tough guy, guys that try to win, it could be hard. But who knows? He might be great. So you never know. You have to wait and see.
I think it's a win-win for Anthony in the sense that he's so young and so fresh that even if he does fall short against Kovalev, he'll probably learn more from that fight than any of his other pro fights put together. Do you see that as a win-win situation?
Yeah, he got nothing to lose. I mean, but his record is old, but yeah, this is the fight game. It's a hurt business. You just got to take it and fight.
just finally, it's Cinco de Mayo weekend. We've got Canelo Jacobs. Your thoughts on that fight that takes place, I believe, in a few hours?
Yeah, oh yeah, I forgot about that fight. Yeah, it's a good fight. It's a good fight. Canelo looked good in his last fight with Triple G. Jacobs, I don't remember who he fought last, but no, it's like a pick'em fight. I don't know.
You say it's a pick'em fight. I'm going to try and get you to hop off the fence here. Can you pick a definitive winner? Who in your mind is the favourite?
I mean, like on paper, Canelo's a superstar, so they're gonna try to want him to win, like the judges and stuff. In Vegas, if it's very, very close, I think it's gonna go to Canelo. But I root for I like Danny Jacob.
Badou Jack, I'm not going to keep you for too long. I appreciate you're probably tired after last night's show. Thank you very much for taking the time to speak to Boxing Social. We'll catch you soon.
Thanks for having me.